yelling that he's shooting. So we closed our gate, took as many people in as we could.
Eyewitnesses say there was gunfire at Hamilton Place Mall this evening. Police respond by the dozens, closing roads and evacuating the mall. But after reviewing video, police now say there were no shots fired. And the rain has moved into the Tennessee Valley with the potential for some early morning thunderstorms. Nick Austin is tracking the system.
With coverage you can count on, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 11.
Thank you for joining us. I'm David Carroll. We're watching some severe weather across the Tennessee Valley. Nick Austin will have the forecast for us in just a few minutes. But first, we continue to follow breaking news from Hamilton Place Mall, where our crews have been all evening. Here's what we know at this hour. Calls were made to 911 reporting shots fired around 6 p.m. There was a massive police and emergency response. Chattanooga police now say they do not believe any shots were fired. No victims have been located and no suspect information has been released. Our cameras were rolling as a gun was found in the parking lot. Channel 3's Cameron Taylor has been at the scene throughout the evening, and he spoke with police about the results of their investigation. Cameron, what have you learned?
David, overall a scary situation for shoppers and mall employees after police responded to a shots fired call tonight. At one point, there were dozens of police cruisers, ambulances, and fire trucks here at Hamilton Place Mall. That is now cleared up for the night. But here's what we do know from police. I want to break that down for you. That shots fired call coming in after 6 o'clock this evening. They emphasized there was never an active shooter here. Instead, what they say happened was a fight in the parking lot. The person responsible for all this ran back inside, apparently. Some witnesses saying that person had a gun, but they're still working to figure out if that was the case. As a precaution, police evacuated the mall, and tonight they're still looking for the person or people responsible.
We have no location for the suspects at this time. We're still gathering evidence. It's a preliminary investigation right now. We're trying to pull video cameras inside the mall. There's a whole bunch of video cameras in there.
You're taking a look now at the gun police found the parking lot of the mall. They haven't said if this belongs to the person they're looking for, but what they can tell us is that no shots were fired inside or outside the mall after reviewing security video. Police finished their sweep and allowed individual store managers to go back inside to close. We're also told some employees locked themselves inside but have now gone home. And police, of course, are talking with witnesses about what they saw at Hamilton Place Mall. Channel 3's Casey Freeman is standing by. She spoke with some shoppers about all of this, and Casey, understandably, they're shaken up about this.
That's right, Cameron. Several people say stores immediately went on lockdown to protect as many people as they could from this altercation. Witnesses say that an argument started in front of Rack Room Shoes. Two men tell me this type of behavior is normal for the weekend. However, they say that they are disappointed that the conflict ended like this.
We saw kids fighting, so we were just watching it, and then they kind of spread out, stopped, and when they went upstairs, somebody raised their hand as they were coming up the escalator.
I was kind of shook at first. I mean, obviously I was a little nervous. I felt pretty safe, like I said, because I was in the back of the store.
Josh Scholl, who works inside Hamilton Place Mall, says that stores took in as many people as they could before closing down their gates, as well as turning off the lights and the music inside of the store to make sure that everything stays quiet. They remained on lockdown until law enforcement agencies told them that it was okay for them to leave. Other witnesses tell me that they were inside stores for at least 30 minutes before giving the okay to evacuate the mall. For now, live at Hamilton Place Mall, Casey Freeman, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Our thanks to Casey and Cameron for their reporting tonight. Now, if you tried to travel anywhere near Hamilton Place during the past 5 hours or so, you were likely met with roadblocks. The exit ramps on Highway 153 and Interstate 75 were closed most of the evening in response to that incident. Now, those ramps reopened around 9:30, and Hamilton Place Mall says the mall and the roads around it will be open tomorrow. It will be business as usual at Hamilton Place Mall tomorrow. Now, roughly 30 minutes after the first reports of shots fired, Hamilton Place Mall made this statement on Twitter saying the mall was closed for the evening and they were, quote, aware of an incident. An update was sent out an hour later saying retailers could return to close their stores, but the mall would not reopen tonight. Now, this is the fourth frightening incident at Hamilton Place Mall in the past 16 months. In November of 2016, 2 people were shot in the parking lot while the mall was packed with Black Friday shoppers. About a month later, on the day after Christmas, firecrackers were set off inside a store. Shoppers took cover, thinking that sound was gunfire. Then in March of last year, 1 person was shot in the parking lot outside Bar Louie. Now again, police need help piecing together what happened tonight. If you have information that could help them, call the Chattanooga Police Department. We want to revisit our top stories this evening. Let's go live once again to Hamilton Place Mall, where Cameron Taylor is standing by. As we reported earlier, the mall sent customers home around 6:30 this evening after a report of shots fired. Cameron, update us on what's happened since then and what happens tomorrow.
Sure. Well, David, the mall will reopen tomorrow with normal hours. There have been a lot of questions of if anyone was hurt from this incident. Right now, police are telling us that no one was taken to the hospital from here. No one has showed up at the hospital at the moment. But we are still working to confirm if anyone drove themselves to the hospital or a family member or friend drove them to the hospital. And some other things, too. They're still working to figure out what started this fight that prompted all of this police presence this evening. If you have any information, give police a call. Of course, this is a story we are following closely and will provide updates on air and online.